been a while, hasn't it? Now, I know I'm not exactly a commentary channel, but I figured that I might as well give it a spin because I've noticed a recent problem surrounding a channel that barely anyone's talking about. Whenever I looked into it, I saw that there were only 2 videos talking about the matter, so I'll leave the link to one of the videos below. Why I can't put the second link is because I forgot the video and, I can't find it, so yeah. Also, please do not bully me on my poor mic quality. I am recording this in my closet and this is the first time I'm doing this, so please don't bash me for this. Now, enough of that, and let's get to the meat and bones of this video. Alright, so if you didn't read the title, or you just live under a rock, there's this animation channel that goes under the name of Random Channel Caitlin, and they have been doing some quite unsavory things on the platform they've given themselves. And these things are done through the characters from popular Roblox game series like Doors, Alone, Rainbow Friends, as well as other games like Friday Night Funkin'. So basically what they do in their videos is make a little something that's called a multiverse with these characters. If you don't know what a multiverse is, then go look it up, because I'm not explaining that shit to you. And in this multiverse series, they have all the characters rolled up into one story, with each one having their own backstory that connects to one another. Now me, personally, I adore this concept if it's done right and well written, and it seems pretty interesting for what I've seen of it. But that's not where my problem is. My problem with her is some of the things they chose to put in their story and the romanticization of those things. Now, let's start off with probably the worst thing about this multiverse series, Rush x Ambush. Now, if you don't know who Rush and Ambush are, they are 2 entities from Doors that you have to hide in closets from, otherwise they'll kill you, I guess. But in Caitlin's multiverse, they used to be humans that were named James and Johnny. Now, let me explain this in simple terms. Johnny, or Ambush, is in love with James, just Rush. But James is a fucking murderer and rapist. Now, I know that Stockholm Syndrome is real and is a thing, and I'm not saying that you can't write that into your story as long as it's done right. But when it's done like this, you need to take a step back and ask yourself if you're doing something wrong. Let me go over the things that James has done to Johnny if you don't know already. First of all, James canonically physically abuses Johnny. In several videos, Johnny is almost always nursing an injury of some kind, mostly being a black eye and even one time being a missing tooth. It is also straight up said by Johnny here, but he just waters it down to it being a little quirky thing that he does, when all it is and always will be is physical abuse, nothing else. Oh, and also did I mention that he rapes Johnny? Big shock! There isn't much in the videos to show this, but there is one video that just takes the cake for me. Here it is. Why? Just why? Now you think that with all these things that Caitlin wouldn't put them in a romantic relationship, or at least imply it, right? Right? Well, sweetheart, let me tell you, you're goddamn wrong. Not only does she imply that they have mutual feelings, she also draws them in provocative positions and makes James, now known as Rush, fucking harass Johnny, stated right here. Right here! Oh, and that's not all. Did I mention that James is a necrophiliac and possibly a pedophile? I'll get to the pedophilia later, but for the necrophilia, it is another thing that is just straight up said, like, dude, this is not okay. I'm done with this segment. If you want to know more about this, just take one look at her channel and it'll speak for itself. Oh, where do I even start with this asshole? As I said before, James is a murderer and rapist. One of his main character aspects is him being one of the main reasons why the Doors characters are the way they are in the Multiverse series. James is an evil bitch of a character. Like, this man is the type of person to say,
listen, you know, I dislike sexual assault as much as the next guy. That's some bad stuff. Rape? Boo! Don't like it. But
everything about this man is bad. He belongs in the garbage disposal. And you know what? His character could work. Evil characters are supposed to make you mad and have hatred for them, and that's exactly what Caitlin did, and I applaud her for that. You can have and write characters who are just evil just to be evil, and in my opinion, it's fun to do so. Just to make your character a D1 hater just because you can. But there's just one problem. He's used for sex appeal and his actions are romanticized. This is something I've been seeing a lot in media nowadays. Beer from your boyfriend. and James is the subject of that. Caitlyn has drawn and portrayed him as if he's supposed to be this hot alpha male guy for people to simp for him, causing her audience to completely brush over his actions simply because he's hot. As I said before, it's okay for you to have evil characters who are evil just for the sake of being evil, as long as you don't romanticize their actions, but Caitlyn did that anyway. Hey, remember when I said I would talk about him being a possible pedophile later? Let's talk about that now. More specifically, what he did to a character named Ashley, who is canonically a child. As you can see right here, James has a chain around Ashley's neck, and if you take a real good look at this picture, Ashley here has fucking bite marks on her neck, arm, and thighs. This man literally essayed and murdered a little girl, and so many others, and this is the man you try to portray as a hot guy? Literally 80% of your audience is fucking children, and this is what you're pitching to them? Speaking of her audience being mostly kids, that brings us to our next segment. Look, I know you can't control who watches your content and what type of audience you have. All you can do is be mindful of what you post. But I don't think putting your content was made for 11-year-olds and up in your description is helping your case, Caitlyn. I don't even gotta say much about this. One good look at our comment section will tell you everything that you need to know. Such as this comment here, this one too, and especially this one. It's not even a secret, just look at this. And with that being said, Caitlyn's content being tailored towards kids with all its bloody and gory assets is not a good thing. Kids shouldn't be exposed to things like this at such a young age. It normalizes such things in their head and can affect their view on life in the future. I would know, because I'm a product of this. I'm not really sure what else to say for this segment, so I'll just move on. Random Channel Caitlyn has some real problems with the content that she posts, and they need to be addressed and brought to light. But we have to keep in mind that Caitlyn might be a child as well, not knowing the things that she's doing is wrong and affect those who see it, because things like this have been so normalized in her head. So Caitlyn, if you're watching this, I just want to say I'm not mad at you. I just want you to change and do better, because this is not okay. Tailoring these things towards kids is not okay. Drawing rape is not okay. Romanticizing a murderer is not okay. None of this is okay. You have a lot of potential, Caitlyn. Don't go ruining that. And that's pretty much all I've got to say. I'm sorry if this thing may be a bit messy. This is my first and probably last time doing commentary. I just wanted to get this all off my chest and address the issue so the cycle of exposure will stop. I don't really know what else to say, so bye! Okay, so update on the situation. It turns out that she actually drew graphic incest and rape. What in the